Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am Grandmaster Shaymin, and today we have yet another episode of Sakura Cupid. This very well could be one of the last, if not the last episodes. We will see. But make sure you click that thumbs up button down below for me, because you already know your support is greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we saw Gabriel come down to Earth, and she is tied up Mitsuki, and we need to save her. Oh, and how do you propose to turn that dream of yours into a reality? Gabriel. I get to my feet and spin around quickly. I almost slip. My heart stammers in my chest. Gabriel, she's really here. I was so busy trying to untie Mitsuki I didn't hear her. I didn't know she was behind me, and she's already transformed. Gabriel doesn't use a bow and arrow like most Cupids do. She doesn't use a gun like me either. She holds a whip in her hand. It looks deadly and cracks ominously as it trails along the ground. Is it electrified? Surely that isn't fair. I don't think that you try to save your little human friend, Lilium. I thought you were rather more selfish than that. I suppose being banished taught you a few lessons after all. Maybe you'll make a halfway decent Cupid someday. Provided, of course, you learn how to listen to instructions. Gabriel's voice is soft and relatively pleasant, but danger lurks behind her words. Her eyes are narrowed. A sharp, thin smile curls her lip upwards. Gabriel's enjoying this. She likes watching me squirm. She acts so prim and proper in heaven, with her desk and her paperwork and her instruction and orders, but in reality, she's actually a huge sadist. We all knew that. She's a massive sadist. Now! I believe we've been playing this game of cat and mouse long enough. It's time for you to come back to heaven where you belong, Lilium. Yeah, I'd rather not. It's all the same to you. Heaven's not really my thing. Oh dear. It seems after all this time you are still intent on defying me. Oh, but never mind. You've made a lot of mistakes and broken many rules, but you're still one of my precious Cupids. It's my job to welcome all stray sheep back to the fold. Even if that sheep's unwilling? Especially so. Yeah, I've missed you so very, very much. And I've been thinking of ways to punish you for your transgressions for weeks. I'm so excited I can't stand it anymore. Is it just my imagination, or is Gabriel's face turning red? Her breathing's starting to get heavier. Gross. I'm going to punish you so hard you'll be crying and begging at my feet for forgiveness. I want to see that pretty face of yours stained with tears and warped with fear. Prepare yourself, Lilium. By the time I'm through with you, you won't even remember your own name. Gotta love that electric guitar, man. Gabrielle dashes forwards, moving her arm back. She's going to strike me with her whip. Gabrielle's inches away from me. How am I going to deflect her attack? Damn it. She's fast. She's so fast I can hardly follow her with my eyes. She's going to get me. She's going to strike me. She's going to catch me. She moves so quickly there isn't anything I can do. I inhale deeply and brace myself for the impact when... Ah? Gabrielle pauses and she staggers, losing her momentum. I duck beneath one of her arms and pivot on my feet so I'm facing her back. Her back. I see the two of you forgot about me during your dramatic reunion. Sarah, you're talking differently. It's honestly because I got annoyed of doing the robot voice. I'm sorry. Sarah has her bow out. Her string is still quivering. While Gabriel and I were talking, Sarah must have shot an arrow at Gabriel. The arrows of Cupids dissolve upon touching their target, so it's hard for me to tell, but that's probably what happened. Thanks, Sarah, you saved me. Don't thank me yet. Sarah draws another one from her quiver. She bites her lower lip. That won't hold her off for long. She's right, too. The arrows of Cupids are tipped with pheromones. These pheromones are effective against humans, but only last a minute when used against Cupids. Being an archangel, those pheromones will hardly have any impact on Gabriel. In less than 5 seconds, Gabriel has returned to her senses. Gabriel spins on the spot, her long hair fluttering. Her fingertips grip the handle of her whip even more tightly. She's getting mad now, infuriated even. But when Gabriel speaks, her voice is carefully controlled and cordial. Oh my, so Sarah's here too. I did not see you. Fortunately, I didn't have to go running headfirst into danger like this idiot here. I decided to hang back and bide my time. I thought you'd show up soon, and I wanted the element of surprise. Oh, I see. That was a rather good plan. It's no wonder you graduated from Cupid Academy at the top of your class. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Sarah's voice is icily calm. She sounds polite enough, but her bow is loaded and her fingers are poised to let another arrow fly. If it weren't for you, your poor little Lilium would be at my mercy of my whip by now. She really is lucky to have you. She needs somebody to keep her in check, I agree. If you agree, then why not return her to heaven like I asked? That was your duty as a Cupid, Seraphim, and had you succeeded, you would have been promoted. I was flattered by the offer, but if you think I'll deliver my best friend to you on a silver platter, you're wrong. Oh, you seem so content about going with my orders at the beginning. I changed my mind. I don't want to do your dirty work for you. Lilium's my friend, my best friend even. I'd choose her over you any day. Oh, well, that is unfortunate. You had such a promising student. You had a great career ahead of you. All you had to do was a few simple orders. But, evidently, that was too much to ask. And now you have decided to betray me. You have betrayed your homeland. Heaven itself. If that is truly how you feel, then you shall be punished too. That is... Gabriel looks at Sarah arcly. Unless you want to repent now. Nani? If you grovel at the floor and kiss my feet, then I shall forgive you. You can come back to heaven with me, and we'll put this unpleasant business behind us. What about it, Seraphim? What do you say? Gabriel extends her hand outwards, her palm facing upwards. Will you come back to heaven with me? Aye. Sarah pauses. For a few moments she looks shaken, but then she draws in her breath and squares her shoulders. No. I won't. I will never come back with you. Sarah. The two of us are going to fight against you, Gabriel. We don't go back to heaven with you, and we'll protect Mitsuki too. My, how touching! I'm going to punish you long and hard to ensure you never rebel against me again. I just hope your frail body can handle it. Gabriel kicks off the ground and dashes forward with her whip. She's fast, but now I know how fast she is, it's a little easier for me to guard against her attacks. I duck down and beneath the table. Gabriel's whip cracks against the floor just inches away from where my head was. Oh dear, you running away? What else can I do but run? She's clearly more powerful than me. If I had some time, I could point my gun and aim, but... You'll never defeat me like that, you know! Her whip smacks against the table I'm hiding beneath. The table is blown backwards and smashes against the wall. You talked so big, but in the end you're nothing more than an ant. And do you know what happens to ants? A cruel, smug smile twists against Gabriel's lips. They get crushed! Gabriel raises her whip, ready myself for the blow when... I won't let you. Sarah dashes forward, fires another arrow against Gabriel's back, staggering her. Sarah bends down and pulls me to my feet, and she stares into my face. Get your act together, Lilium. I know, I'm sorry. While Gabriel's down, I point my gun at her head and shoot. I dispense 3 bullets at her in quick succession, but no way. Gabriel straightens up, and with a flick of her whip, catches every single bullet in the air before they can hit her. These bullets, now useless, fall to the floor in a series of dull metallic clinks. Then they disappear. You're so naive, Lilium! You might have built your little toy of yours, and it might do a good deal of damage, more damage than a standard bow and arrow. But compared to me, you're just little girls. You have no real experience. Oh, I suppose that makes you an old woman. Watch your tongue, or I'll cut it out of your head. That isn't very heavenly of you. It isn't, but we're not in heaven, are we? That's nothing but a technicality. You shouldn't threaten your own cupids like that. My own cupids? Gabriel raises a brow. But you girls wanted to remain in Tokyo. You're trying to disown me. If you don't wish to be my cupids anymore, I have no duty to go easy on you, and I won't. It's been a long, long time since I've been able to use my power like this. Gabriel dashes towards us again. She draws back her arm. Her whip goes flying forwards through the air like a snake, as though it has a mind of its own. Maybe it does. Gabriel is gifted with the art of magic. I wouldn't be surprised if she enchanted her whip. Is that why it moves so quickly? I jump back, ducking behind another table. The whip collides with it, smashing it down the middle. Look around the cafe. Several of the tables have been kicked aside. They lay on the ground and like felled soldiers. I hope this place is insured. You don't have time to worry about that now. Focus. Oh, right. Gabriel's coming at me again. She has a ranged weapon and we're fighting in an enclosed area. No matter where we go, she can hit me. And she's so fast, I can't see any openings. What do I do? Is there anything I can do? Gabriel's whip snakes out. She's gonna hit me. I grunt in pain and skid backwards, my heels scraping against the ground. I managed to shield myself from the brunt of my bow with my wings. But that was something else. My whole body's trembling and I can still feel the aftershocks. Her whip hit me just like a truck. Owie. My feathers are all singed and blackened from the impact, too. Oh, you poor thing! Did that hurt? You know it hurt, you bitch. Oh, my, such language! You need to be taught a lesson. Gabriel charges towards me. I'm backed into a corner and there isn't anywhere I can go. I won't let you lay a finger on Lilium. Sarah draws her bow back. She fires an arrow. It's one of the magical arrows she used against me. Her arrow splits to 2, then 4, and then 8, then 16. Dozens of arrows rain down on Gabriel from above like a shower shooting stars, but... child's play! It isn't enough. With one click of her fingers, Gabriel summons a barrier. The barrier surrounds her like a bubble and absorbs all the blows from the magical arrows. That was my last arrow, too. Foolish girl! Gabriel dispels her barrier with a wave of her hand and she smiles. You should know better than anyone that mere arrows won't work against me. I'm much too powerful. Even if you were at the top of your class, I suppose you just aren't... you're just a Cupid after all. Cupids can't fight archangels. It's not possible. You're too weak. Gabriel flicks her whip outwards. Sarah tries to defend herself, but it's too little, too late. The whip catches Sarah's side and knocks her to the ground. Sarah hits the ground with a dull thud. Her body lays there, curled up on itself and disregarded like a disregarded ragdoll. Sarah! Is she hurt? Is she bleeding? I hope she's still breathing. Gabrielle wouldn't kill her, right? She might be sadistic, but even she wouldn't go that far. I try to rush over to Sarah's side, but not so fast! Gabrielle's whip snakes out once more. It tangles around my ankles. My ankles tripping me up. I gotta love my ankles. My arms pinwheel in the air, and I'm losing my balance. I hit the ground hard, and my head smacks against the floor, and I see stars. When I blink, the whole constellation bursts to life before my eyelids. It hurts. My head. Now, look at what we have here! Gabrielle approaches me. Her whip is entwined around my ankles like vines, and I can't stand. I try to pull myself into a sitting position, but Gabrielle clicks her fingers, and the whip begins to coil itself around my upper body. It's moving on its own. I can't fight it. It's hard to breathe. It hurts. Everything hurts. My! I've always thought you were pretty, Lilium, but you look even more beautiful when you're tied up like this. Go to hell. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm an archangel. That's a terrible excuse for an archangel. Raphael would never do something like this. And unfortunately for you, Raphael isn't here. If the other archangels knew you were doing this, but they won't. I will make sure of that. After I'm finished with you, my little Lilium, you won't even remember your own name, let alone all the terrible, unspeakable things I'm doing to you. Gabrielle bends forwards, cupping my cheek against her fingers. Ugh. Her hands are cold. I wince. It feels like she's turning my blood into ice with her mere touch. I've been waiting for so long. I could not wait to get my hands on you, and now you're here. You're all mine! Gabrielle's fingers trail down my cheek and grip my neck. She grips so tightly I can feel her fingernails digging into my skin. I can't breathe. Yes, that's it! I love watching pretty girls suffer. Maybe you can even cry for me. I want you to look at me, your eyes filled with tears, and beg me to spare you. I'll never plead with you. I won't, no matter what she does. I'll never give her the satisfaction. Well, we'll just see about that. I want you to apologize for causing me such trouble like this. Please, Gabrielle, please forgive me for being so disobedient. I'll do anything you ask, so long as you spare me. I'll be your servant, lick your shoes, and devote my whole life to you. That's what I want you to say. Gabrielle's panting heavily. Her shoulders are rising and falling, and her face is red. Is she getting off on this? Yeah, she's... Yeah, Like I'll ever say that to a hag like you. I'm not the kind of girl who begs. Maybe for now, but soon, in time. Gabrielle's fingers tighten around my throat. Come on, open your mouth. Try to get the words out. If you apologize, I'll go easy on you. All you need to do is say you're sorry, even if it hurts your pride. Open your mouth. Do it. Choke out the words. Those burning, painful, acidic, and then... Gabrielle pauses. Her face drains of color, and in that moment, she turns her head, her hand pressed against her mouth. She vomits on the floor. She didn't, but we know that she had the omelet rice. Mitsuki said that earlier. And thus, the tables have turned. I gotta admit, she's cute when she's not being a complete sadist. Like, her sadism is, like, way extreme. And thanks to that improbable turn of events, things ended up like this. Gabrielle is tied to a chair in the storage room at Angel's Tier. The omelet rice must have been toxic because it sapped her of all of her powers. Her whip melted away. No matter how much she tried to summon it, it refused to appear. Though I'm pointing my loaded gun at Gabrielle's back, I doubt she'll be able to escape. Gabrielle glares at the three of us fitfully. She knows she's been defeated, but she can't accept it. She refuses to accept it. She struggles and resists and complains instead. This is against the rules! You have no right to treat an archangel of heaven this way! Naturally, I'm not in the mood to listen. Well, you had no right to tie me up and threaten to kill me. I wasn't going to kill you! You choked me. I know, but I was just playing. It gets so boring in heaven, stuck behind a desk all day. I needed a bit of excitement in my life, didn't you understand? Hey, I got bored in heaven too, but I never did anything like that. She really is the worst. I'm so disappointed to learn a woman I respected so much is a pervert. I guess you get people like that even in heaven. Who would have thought? Believers all over the world would be disappointed in your conduct. Like you have any right to act so self-important! You're nothing but a lazy Cupid who never took a job seriously. And you're a maniac who wanted to do all kinds of unspeakable things to my innocent, maidenly body. Gah. Just you wait, Lilium. When I get free, I'll punish you. I'll punish you for your insolence, and you too, Seraphim. I'll bring you both back to heaven if it's the last thing I do. It might really be the last thing you do, actually. What do you mean? I made a lot of omelette rice earlier. I have a whole batch left over. Since you seemed to like it so much, I can always serve you extras. Gabrielle's face turns pale and she shivers. No! Gods, no! Anything but that! That's what I thought. Mitsuki smiles smugly and crosses her arms, which is decorated with red rope burn all over her chest. If you threaten Lilium or Sarah ever again, I'll force you to eat my omelette rice. I'll make you eat every last scrap. Gabrielle's expression twists at the thought. I hope she isn't going to throw up again. If you know what's good for you, you'll return to heaven and leave us alone. If you don't, I'll make you suffer. And you call me sadistic? This girl is far, far more terrifying than I am. How rude. I'm not terrifying at all. It isn't my fault you angels seem to react so badly to my cooking. No, I think anybody would react badly to your cooking. I bet a normal human ate it, they'd love it. That seems a touch optimistic. Whatever! Now, Gabrielle, you have a choice. Mitsuki leans closer to Gabrielle and she smirks. You can return to heaven, forget all this ever happened, and leave the three of us in peace, or you can eat all my leftover omelette rice. Which will it be? So, in the end, do you think she's really gone for good? I don't know. I'd like to think so, but knowing Gabrielle, she's not the kind of person who gives up. That's right, she's annoyingly tenacious, and she's got a lot of pride. Oh, so just like you then. What? No, she's nothing like me. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh, shut up. Sarah turns away, her face flushes. She's so cute when she turns red, it makes me want to tease her more and more. Wait, I hope this doesn't mean I'm like Gabrielle. Perish the thought. Well, if Gabrielle does come back, we'll be prepared. That's right, your omelette rice. It proved to be quite a fearsome weapon. It wasn't meant to be a weapon. I wanted to cook to make people happy. But if my omelette rice is enough to of a deterrent to keep Gabrielle away, I suppose it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. We couldn't have beaten her without you. Is that really true? Yeah, Sarah turns away shyly and scuffs the tip of her shoe against the ground. At first, I was a little hesitant about living with Lilium, but I thought you were nothing more than a troublesome human and you get in our way. I was jealous. I think you'd grown so close to Lilium in such a short space of time. But after today, I'm grateful that you're here. If it wasn't for you, Lilium and I would be back in heaven at Gabriel's mercy, so... She bows deeply, her arms stiffly at her sides like a soldier's. Thank you very much, Mitsuki. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry.
Oh, it's no problem. You don't need to thank me. I'm glad I was able to help Lilium. That's all I want to do in life. I want her to be happy. Oh, shit. I want her to be happy. And if being with you makes her happy too, then... I don't think it's such a bad thing that we're all happy together.
Sarah blinks at Mitsuki shyly. Do you mean it? Mitsuki giggles sweetly. The wind catches her long dark hair, and so it streams behind her. At that moment, Mitsuki's brown eyes look very soft and warm, just like the coffee she used to brew for me. I was jealous of you too, but now I think I know better. We shouldn't be jealous of each other, not when we both love Lilium so much. I never said I loved her. I don't love her, not at all. Not even a teeny tiny bit. Shut up. She's so bad at being honest with herself. Isn't she just? I think it's rather charming. Well, whatever you might feel about Lilium, you want to make her happy too. Sarah drops her gaze to the ground. That's right. Lilium was always there for me when I lived in heaven, so now I gotta be there for her. I want to make her happy.
Then, since we have a common goal, we should all stay together. Gabriel might come back at any time, and I don't think we can beat her on our own. We should be a team.
A team? I've never been part of a team before. That's because back in heaven you always insisted on doing everything on your own. You're such a perfectionist, Sarah. And you were lazy and you never did any work at all. But you still love me. I don't love you. I just said, but a team. Sarah looks up at the sky wistfully. She holds her hands together at her chest and sighs. That does sound nice. I'd like to be part of a team. I'm tired of being alone.
Then you won't have to be alone anymore. And I won't be alone either. No matter what happens, we both have Lilium.
Mitsuki smiles brightly. It's a smile bright enough to put the sun to shame. Mitsuki, you're so amazing.
And we're going to stay together. Nobody will be able to come between us, and no one can get in our way. Let's give it our best, and have a happy future together. That's what I want more than anything.
That's what I want too. You two girls. I look at them smiling and shake my head. They're both so silly and sentimental, but they're acting like this because of me. They both love me, though Sarah refuses to admit it, and I guess after everything we've been through together, I love them too. I love them, but I don't love both of them, not in the same way. I just wonder, which girl do I love more? Which ending did I get, huh? Ah, Mitsuki again! Woo! That's okay. I'll take this. This is my best. This is the best ending. Let's be real. Later that night, after all three of us have returned home.
Hey, Lilium.
Yeah, what is it? Mitsuki and I are laying in bed together. Mitsuki was a little shaken after being tied up by Gabriel, but who can blame her? She was anxious, so she asked when we got home if she could sleep with me during the night. Sarah sighed and rolled her eyes, but she didn't put up a fight. I don't know if she's jealous. Maybe, even if she is, she'll never admit it. But I think she and Mitsuki reached some sort of truce today. They're not going to fight, not anymore, not over me. Having two girls argue over you isn't as fun as you might think. It's kind of stressful, actually. I'm happy they managed to put their differences behind them. Maybe my life will go back to normal now. Well, as normal as it can be, sharing my bed with a cute human girl. Mitsuki's wearing my lingerie. She looks a little embarrassed about it, and her cheeks are tinged light pink. I should probably go back to her apartment and pick up the rest of her clothes at some point, since it seems she's now a permanent addition to my household. But for now, I'm content to lie in bed with her, looking at her. She's so soft and pretty. Her dark hair falls against her pale cheeks, and her eyelashes are so long.
Lilium? Yeah?
Mitsuki's voice startles me out of my reverie. I blink, asphyxiating her with a small, coy smile.
What is it, Mitsu? You haven't called me by that silly nickname in a while.
Do you like it?
I guess I don't mind, not when it's from you.
You used to be angry when I called you that a few months ago.
Maybe. I was never particularly angry, not really. It's just strange, I guess.
You mean I'm bad at thinking of nicknames?
Oh, heavens, no, I don't mean that. I just mean, I thought it was strange there existed a girl who wanted to give me a nickname. I've never been close to anybody before to get a cute nickname. I don't really have any friends at school. And I was going to be alone, but
you don't need to worry about that anymore. I stroked Mitsuki's cheek gently. You have me.
Lilium, do you really mean that? Of course. You should know by now, little Mitsu. I don't say things that I don't mean. You won't abandon me? I wouldn't dream of it. But if Gabrielle does come back and wipe my memories, I'll fight her off. Your memories are precious, and I won't let anyone take them from you. I won't let anybody erase the time we've spent together, not even Gabrielle. Especially not Gabrielle. She's such a cow. Mitsuki giggled softly, her breasts, barely concealed by the lacy, flimsy lingerie, bounced slightly with each movement. Is it really okay to say those things about your boss? Why not? She isn't here. Besides, she's not really my boss, not anymore. I'm a free agent. I can do what I want. I reach forwards, pressing a quick kiss against the side of Mitsuki's warm cheek. And who I want. Mitsuki stares at me, her eyes wide, her face burns. You don't mean? That's right. You've helped me a lot. It's adorable how enthusiastic you are, and you're very, very cute. It's against the law, but I don't care. I don't want to be bound by the laws of heaven anymore. Even if you are a human and I'm a Cupid, my heart flutters in my chest. For a few moments, I feel nervous. But that's ridiculous, isn't it? Why should I feel nervous? I'm Lilium. I don't get nervous. It's not like I'm a kid. I'm a little kid back at Cupid Academy anymore. I can tell Mitsuki how I feel, can't I? I can. I will. I was a little unsure at first, but now I know, without a shadow of a doubt. See, it's funny that, she struggled for a minute, and she felt that kind of nervousness that all the people that she was making fun of at the beginning of the visual novel is. I love you, Mitsuki. Lilium. I love you, and I want to stay with you. I want to protect you, and I want to see you smile. I just hope... I look at her, my throat feels dry, my heart's pounding way too hard. I hope you feel the same way. Lilium. Oh, Lilium. Mitsuki looks at me. I wait, and then... You know I do. I love you more than anything. She pulls me close into a warm, tight embrace. Yay! Pretty decent visual novel. Obviously, it's got a lot of positive traits. It's got a lot of not so positive traits as well. But it's a really cute little novel to do. So if you guys are interested at all, for just $10, you can get this visual novel and also play through the other endings, which I believe there are 3 endings. I think there's one where you end up with Sarah. But you have to, I think you trigger that by going back with her at the very beginning. Probably, because I did go down Sarah's path at the amusement park after all. So I think the only way to do that is through, going back with her at the beginning. And then, of course, I think there's also one with Gabrielle, but I don't think that's like a love route, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so this was, not a bad visual novel at all. So thank you all for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed the series. And make sure you click that thumbs up button down below for me, because you already know your support is greatly appreciated. And get ready for the next project next time. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to do that so you can stay tuned for future content.